Hello grade 7, welcome to this lesson on finding the area of a triangle. Yesterday we took a look at this character called the parallelogram, and just to review briefly, I have a sketch of a parallelogram here where the base is 6, the height is 3, and the edge length over here is 4. And we learned that we need to ignore this edge length and simply consider the base and the height. And we learned that the base and the height have to touch each other and meet at 90 degrees. So to get the area of my parallelogram then, it's base times height. And please do develop the habit of doing formula, substitute, solve, add units. So to substitute for the base we have 6, for the height we have 3, solve for 18, and the units are centimeters squared. So that's how we get the area of a parallelogram. Today we're going to shift our focus over to what to do for triangles. But in order to get there, I want you to notice this parallelogram that I've set up here. If you look at it the way it is, you can see that this is the base along the bottom here, and this is the height, as I've indicated here. It meets the base at exactly 90 degrees. So we can use that base and height to get the area of the parallelogram. But I would like you to notice that every parallelogram is made up of two triangles. So I'm going to remove one of my triangles here. And now you can see that the triangle has half the area of the complete parallelogram, but the triangle has exactly the same base and it has exactly the same height. And you can do this on your own at some point, explore around a little bit. Any triangle you could possibly cut out of paper, if you cut two of them, you'll always be able to arrange them this way so that they come together and they form a parallelogram whose base and height are identical to that of the original triangle. So I think some of you are already putting together a way to get the area of our triangle. If I would take the dimensions on this triangle, the base, and multiply it by the height, that would not give me the area of the triangle. That would give me the area of the parallelogram. But visually we can see that the triangle is half the area of the parallelogram, and that's the key to our formula for area of a triangle. And you probably guessed it already. It is the base times the height of the triangle divided by 2. Remember a few key things about a base and a height. Your base and height must touch each other, and they must meet at 90 degrees. If they do that, you can use them for the calculation of area. So let's take this as an example. We just decided that the area of a triangle is given by this formula. Area of a triangle is its base times its height divided by 2. So in this case, I have 15 for the base, I have 8 for the height, and that gets divided by 2, and if you work all that out, I think you'll find that that comes out to 60, and in this case, centimeters squared. So that's the type of work you would do for any triangle calculation. Now, if only it was always so simple and straightforward that everything was presented to us in a clean way like this. It isn't always. Here's an example that's a little bit more messy, and I hope that everything shows up on camera. But what I have here is a triangle. It has an obtuse angle in this corner. It's 13 centimeters along this edge, 12 here, 5 on this edge, and then I have this funny bit out here. Now, if this triangle were arranged like that one, you would have been provided with the height right here at 90 degrees, but we haven't been. So this is one where in our minds, or physically, you can always trace a triangle given to you and move it. We need to rotate it around so that the 12 becomes our base. And now you can see that there's really no place where I can measure the height from the bottom at 90 degrees up and end up at the tip of my triangle. I always end up somewhere too low down. So the height is actually outside of this triangle over here and has a value of 5.2. So we would need to ignore this side length, use the 12 as a base, and by the way, when the height extends out past the edge of your triangle, you don't add that portion to the base. The base is just the actual side of the triangle, and then the height is the distance from that side to the peak of the triangle. So in this particular case then, we would have the area is base times height divided by 2. That's the 12 times the 5.2, all divided by 2. Let's put in here the 12 times the 5.2 divided by 2. Oh, 31.2. So that's how we get the area of a triangle, and the sort of strange cases that sometimes get thrown at us like that. Hope that goes well for you. Check back to Classroom for your assignment for today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.